I've got an out-of-this-world tutorial for you today in Procreate Dreams. Okay guys, so here we are. Let me show you what I've got going on over in Procreate. We've got quite a bit of stuff on the screen. I'm going to turn everything off for right now except what we're going to start with. So I've got this rocket right here. So it's going to be starting at the bottom of the screen. We're going to have a countdown, and then the rocket is going to blast off. The clouds are going to go down. So I've got them both on separate layers, one here, because I want the rocket to pass in front of one and behind another. So that's why I separated them on different layers. And the rocket is between those two layers, so I'll be able to achieve that. So the next thing that's going to happen is this background here with the light blue on the bottom and the dark blue on the top is going to go off the screen. And then behind it, I have a second sky, which has a bunch of stars on it. And then as the one that's in front of it goes down, the other one is going to start appearing. So it's going to appear that the rocket is going up in the air. So the rocket is going to hang out in the middle of the screen for a second. The screen is going to zoom in a bit, and then we're going to start having all kinds of things going past the rocket as it disappears off the top of the screen. So I've got a planet here, so I'll turn that on. There's a planet. He's going to go across the screen. I've got a satellite here. He's going to go across the screen. We have a meteor right here. So that one's going to be going across the screen. And then we have a shooting star, which is right there. And it's going to be going across the screen too. So a lot of things are going to be happening. I've got all of these items on separate layers because they're all going to be moving independently. The rocket is in a group. So I've got the fire and the rocket. I probably could have, I was thinking about animating the fire, but for the sake of keeping this video shorter, I'm probably not going to do that, but feel free to do that yourself. Just, you can do it frame by frame, or you can, if you want to, you can just do a keyframe animation, just move it just a slight bit at a time, and that way it's going to kind of flicker if you want to do it that way. But I'm not going to mess with that today to keep the video a little bit shorter. So let's get started on this. So that we need to get these files over in Procreate Dreams. So let's go over to Dreams and let's start our file. So here we are at the main screen here. You click on the top, the plus in the top right corner there. You can scroll through all the sizes that you might want. I'm going to stick with the tried and true widescreen and hit empty. Okay, and there's our stage ready to go. Now we need to do a few things to set that up. So what I like to do is click on the title right there, which is going to be Dreams and a number, unless you've renamed it to something else. And on the top choice here on the left, we're going to change our frames per second to 12. And we're going to change the duration of this animation to 15 seconds. You're probably wondering, that's a lot longer than what you normally do. Yeah, it is, because we need some more space. Click on the 1 minute mark there and hit the backspace. It'll get rid of that. So here we are. We have 12 frames per second. We have a 15-second animation and our 1920 by 1080 widescreen. Okay, hit done. And now we're all ready to go. Now we need to get our Procreate files over into Procreate Dreams, and I'll show you how I like to do that. So let's go back over into Procreate. We're going to go into gallery mode here. All right, and just hold down on it until you can move it around. Don't pick your finger up. Get out of that program, go into Dreams, and then drop it right there on your stage, and it will import all of your files in there. All right, so when the file's imported in, I made it exactly the same size as our stage is. So sometimes it might be just a little bit difficult to get it perfectly in there without any white spaces showing up. If you have a problem with that, just grab a corner and upscale it just a bit, and that'll fix that problem. All right, so here we are. We've got all of our things on the screen here. Right now, I'm going to hit 3 fingers and stretch that timeline out. That does not make it any longer than the 20 or 15 seconds. It just makes the timeline a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. And you can do it either way. You can pinch out or whatever, however you like to do it. Now, we have just a picture file here. So if we hit play, nothing's going to happen because pictures don't move, and we need to do that ourselves. So first thing we want to do is long press on our file here. When you get the menu here, click on Convert Layers to Tracks. You can see now that it's created a group, And if you click on the little arrow right beside the group, it will open it up with all the beautiful layers that we had over in Procreate. And now we are able to start manipulating each item at a time. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off everything I don't need. So I don't need the shooting star now. I don't need the meteor. I don't need the satellite. I don't need the planet. Everything else we're going to need right now. So let's start with the rocket. So I'm going to click on it and hit move and move in scale. And we're going to start this first keyframe where his flame is off of the screen. That's where we want him to start. All right. And he's not moving yet. We just started a keyframe that sets him in the original position right there. The next thing we want to do is we want to do a countdown. All right. I've never shown this, I think, before in any of my tutorials. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the plus right there. And we're going to create a text track. All right. Now, I don't want that black. So I'm going to click on the little A mark over here. We're going to change that color to white. The font's fine. I don't mind it. We'll go back to our keyboard again. Hit backspace until we get rid of all that. And we're going to start with a 3. All right. Hit done. And then you can search for where Dreams put that. It looks like it's right here. Okay, so I don't want that 3 to stay there throughout the whole animation. So we're going to take this edge right there and we're going to shrink it way down. Come on. All right. There's our 1. Let's see how long he stays on there. Okay. Now we're going to make a 2. So just bring that playhead over there next to that first text track. Hit the plus again. Hit text. Click on the A there. Change the color to white. Hit done. And then we can click on this text right here. And we're going to back all that out there. And we're going to put in a 2. And hit done again. And now we need to shrink this 2. We're going to try to eyeball it and make sure it's about the same size as the other one. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to put a 1. So again, put the playhead over there, hit your plus, hit text, click on the AA right there, change it to white. We're going to change our keyboard. We're going to back out of that and we're going to put in a 1 and hit done. Okay, again, I think I can do something that's a little bit easier. If we click on it and hit edit, split, long press on that right side, and no, don't duplicate it. I'm going to 2-finger undo that. Long press on it and hit delete content. All right, now we got that 1 here without having to shrink it. And it's probably a little long, so we're going to shrink that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's fine. And now our rocket is going to blast off. So you're going to go back to our rocket layer, which is right here. Okay, let's see where those 1 is. Disappears right there. So we're going to click on a keyframe here. That's going to basically set the same one as that first one is. It's not going to move at all because we haven't moved it. So it's just in that same position. All right, but now we're going to have it go up. Maybe take about a second. And we're going to have it go up to about right here. And we're going to make it stop. All right. So 3, 2, 1, blast off, and it goes up to there. Now, one thing I need to change, which I can see right now, is this layer here that has the keyframes on it. Long press on it and set all easings and change that to linear. That way it won't start off slow and get faster. It'll just be one speed throughout the whole thing. So let's watch that again. Let me get my playhead back. 3, 2, 1, view. There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to have those clouds drop down so it looks like the rocket is still going up. So I'm going to take this cloud and probably about right here. Actually, let's make it a little higher. We're going to hit move and move in scale. And then we're going to come over here and make that cloud drop off the bottom of the screen. So then if we play that again, there we go. He goes up and he drops off the screen. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for this other one. We're going to have him start a little bit sooner than that second one. So about maybe right here, I think. I'm on the rocket layer, so I don't want to do that. Let me make sure I'm on the cloud. There we go. So about right here, we're going to set move and move and scale. And then we're going to have that cloud drop off the screen. Okay, let me see what those look like together. 2, 1. Here we go. That's good. All right. So now we got those going off the screen. Now we want the rocket to continue to look like it's going up in the air. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have that background with the light blue on the bottom and the dark on the top. We're going to have it slide off the screen too with a moving scale. So let's go to our... Hello everyone. I have a small favor to ask. I've got a goal of 3,000 subscribers by the end of July, and only you can make that happen. So I appreciate it so much. It costs you nothing, just a little click, and it helps the channel so much. So help me reach that goal of 3,000 subs by the end of July. Only you can make it happen. Thank you. First sky group, and I just put it over there. The stars are behind it, so we don't need to animate that star group at all. It's just going to appear when that other one that's in front of it moves out of the way. So we're going to let the rocket go up about here. Okay, and now right here we're going to hit a move and move in scale. And then we're going to come over a little bit and we're going to have that background move out of the way that makes the stars appear there. So let's see what that looks like. Here we go. Clouds move off. Stars start to appear. So it gives it the effect that the rocket is still moving. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to have that star group kind of zoom in a bit. All right, so once it appears about right there, I'm going to hit a move and move in scale. And we're going to come over just a bit and we're going to upsize it. All right, so that's going to make it look like it's zooming in. All right, that rocket's moving in. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to have that planet go across the screen. So let's go up to our planet layer, which is right here. Now I've got it turned off right now. So as that zooms in, I'm going to have that planet start coming in about right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit edit and split that track. So that first part right there, we're not going to turn on at all. So you can either delete it or you can just leave it there and never turn it on. I'm just going to leave it there. We're going to turn on the second one. Now we need to start it with a move and move in scale. We need to start it off the screen. So that's our initial keyframe. It starts off the screen. And then we're going to have it move across the screen lazily. I don't know how fast it's going to be, but we'll check it out. So I'm just going to have it move in front of the rocket and off the screen. So when it zooms in, there we go. That's slow enough actually. So I think I like that. Okay, and then our rocket, I'm going to have our rocket, I think I'm going to have our stars zoom back out again. So after that planet passes about right there, we're going to start having those stars come back out again. So I'm going to click on a keyframe there, and then we're going to zoom it back in. All right, and then we're going to have that rocket get out of here. So as it about right there, we're going to hit move, move and scale. We're not going to mess with it. And now we're going to have that rocket go off. So the reason I set that first one there and not move it is because if we started moving it from there, then wherever that last keyframe was, it's going to start from there and it's going to move to the point in the next one. So we don't want it to do that. So I set where it's at in the original position first, and then I have it move from that point. All right, so rocket's gone. Now we're going to start having random stuff going across the screen. So I think we're going to have our satellite. Let me find where our satellite's at. I named them all, so we should be able to find it pretty easy, and it's right there. So once that rocket goes off the screen, actually we can probably start making that, as soon as that planet goes off, we can make that satellite start moving. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to edit and split it, and we're going to turn it on. And then we're going to take it off the screen for its original position. And then we're going to have it come all the way down to there. I didn't set my original one. It didn't take for some reason. Move, and scale. Satellite, where are you? Okay, we're going to start him up here in the top right. And then we're going to have him come across like that. Okay? And then another thing I want to do is I want to have him twirling. So what I'm going to do is we'll leave him at that point, and then when he starts to appear, which is right there, we're going to set another one, and we're going to have it click on a corner until you get that little curve mark. And we're, oh, that didn't work. Let me undo that. There we go. And we're going to have it turn 180 degrees. Let me see what that looks like. Yep. And I like how it like starts to move back the other way. So what it's doing is it's from that position here to the end position, it's trying to move back to that end position, which makes it look like it's free falling, like just kind of floating in space, which I like. So we like that. We're gonna keep it just like that. Maybe we can even take this second keyframe and stretch it over a bit, and then it's going to, yeah, that looks even cooler. Good. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, and then after that rocket leaves, we're going to do our meteor next. So the same thing is we're going to click on it, hit edit, and split it. We're going to turn it on, and then we're going to set our original keyframe, and we're going to start it down here. Okay, and then we're going to go over to about here, and then we're going to bring it across the screen like that. Okay, so satellite goes, there goes that meteor. We could probably have him turn in too, actually. So let's maybe start a keyframe there, and then over here we'll make him turn. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yep, that looks awesome. Okay, very good. And now we're up to 13 seconds, so we're almost to our 15-second mark, which is good because it's just going to give us enough time to make this shooting star go across the screen. So again, we're going to hit edit and split the screen. We're going to turn on the shooting star. We're going to hit moving, not warp. Let me hold long press on that and delete that one. Move and scale. And then we're going to start him off the screen down here. And then we're going to come over here almost to the end, and we're going to have him shoot across the screen there. And that is going to do it, guys. I hope this has been a fun tutorial for you. If you have any questions whatsoever, just put them in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer every single one of them. If you're interested in getting the assets for this and for all of my other videos, they are all on my Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon. It's a one small fee. You get the assets for both of my YouTube channels, which is this one, Channel Does Art, and also my Scribble and Scribe YouTube, and that is doing art with traditional materials. So having said that, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel so much. And with that, I will see you guys next week for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Have a great day.